Hey everyone, I'm Amanda and this is my husband Taras. Last week I had said that I wanted to do a series about marrying a Russian and kind of what that means culturally. So I thought a Q&A would be fun to listen and watch something rather than having to read a bunch of question and answers with Taras. So we'll break it up into different segments, and today I just wanted to start from the beginning. So childhood. Taras grew up in Russia. He moved to the States with his family when he was 14, so all his childhood was in Russia. So yeah.
I grew up in St. Petersburg, which is the second largest city in Russia. So I think as a normal kid growing up in the city, I did probably most everything that a kid in New York or Boston or Detroit would do. We played a lot outside. We kicked the ball around, played with sticks and stones, tag, hide and seek, that sort of thing.
Soccer.
Soccer, yeah, definitely lots of soccer, just because it's easy. All you need is a ball. Don't need special hoops or courts or anything, and yeah, soccer was very popular.
Now, since you lived in the city, did you do a lot of getting out of the city ever, or?
We did. We took trips, winter, summer, spring, and fall, etc. But also a really big part of mine growing up was summering in a summer house. And then it's not as fabulous as it sounds. It's not something from the Hamptons with manicured lawns and that sort of thing. But so they're called dachas in Russian, and a lot of families, if they can manage, they basically go get out of the city for the summer. And we were fortunate enough to have a plot of land, and that's the big thing about dachas. You don't just go there on vacation. You grow vegetables, you grow fruit, you grow apples and pears and all kinds of things, and you really use all of that from the land to nourish yourself and have vitamins for a whole year.
So you pickle them and jar them and make jams and pickles and that sort of thing.
Yeah, lots of fresh dinners and lunches from the garden, and then lots of pickling, jarring, etc.
So how were these summer houses or dachas?
Dachas, yeah.
What were they like inside? I mean, they're small?
The sizes varied, but we had a decent sized house. I think it's definitely way bigger than our city apartment. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 bedrooms, 1 level. Some key, aspects of it, we did have electricity, but no running water, and hardly any television, and
we are 29, just as a frame of reference for our age, when he says that there was no running water in these dachas.
Right, and what's really amazing to me is that this was 50 miles outside of St. Petersburg. You could get there in an hour by car. Some back roads, most paved, some are not, and just that close to the city, you have a very rural, very, old school, almost medieval lifestyle.
Which I always think is cool. It's one of my favorite stories that I hear about his childhood is like the summer spent there and how they had to work really hard with planting all the potatoes.
We planted potatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers, squashes. I can go on and on.
Anyway, some good stories he has from those cities. So anything else that you think about your childhood? Like anything when you think about being a kid? Anything like that?
No, I think I had a great childhood. I played a lot with my brother. I'm sure we fought a bunch too, but I had a good group of friends, and the things that kids care about, being outside and running around and playing and this and that.
At what age they start feeding you vodka? Is that when you come out?
I don't think it's appropriate to put her out on the interwebs.
So you have to know us personally to get that answer. And then I guess the last thing that I think of when I think about your childhood is it was 1992 when the USSR became
the Russian Federation. I think it was 92. We'll have to check on that.
Yeah. So did that, was there any kind of before and after impact on your childhood from that you noticed, or not really?
I think really being a kid, I did not notice a lot. I think it was really before that time that the stores started having products selling jeans, bubble gum, that sort of thing, that became more commonly available. And I think I really came in on the tail end of that change, and it wasn't a drastic transition for me, but I've seen some of that, and the West in the United States was always glamored up to be this wonderland where you can get anything you want, and everybody has cars and houses and whatever. Jeans, right?
One thing that Tross tells me a lot about his childhood is his grandfather traveled a lot.
He did. He was a chief mechanic on a commercial boat, on a freight boat. So he sailed around the world many times and visited so many places. And he would always come home bringing goods. You know, maybe it's a VCR. Sometimes he'd bring coconuts. It can be jeans and clothes. But yeah, some things, and whether it was before my time or during it, that would be either hard to get or impossible to get in Russia. So yeah, we had good access from that to lots of Western culture, I suppose.
So yeah, I think there'll be more, about his childhood that comes into the other sections that we do, but we will cut it at that for today. Thank you.
Thanks.